Hello, this is Ron Paul with your weekly update from Monday, October 31st. When Time Warner announced it planned to merge with another major communications firm, many feared the new company would exercise near total monopoly power. These concerns led some to call for government action to block the merger in order to protect both Time Warner's competitors and consumers. No, I'm not talking about Time Warner's recent announced plan to merge with AT&T, but the reaction to Time Warner's merger with then internet giant AOL in 2000. Far from creating an untouchable leviathan crushing all competitors, the AOL-Time Warner merger fell apart in under a decade. The failure of AOL-Time Warner demonstrates that even the biggest companies are vulnerable to competition if there is open entry into the marketplace. AOL-Time Warner failed because consumers left them for competitors offering lower prices and or better quality. Corporate mergers and hostile takeovers can promote economic efficiency by removing inefficient management and board of directors. These managers and boards members often work together to promote their own interests instead of generating maximum returns for investors by providing consumers with affordable quality products. Thus, laws making it difficult to launch a hostile takeover promote inefficient use of resources and harm investors, workers, and consumers. Government taxes and regulations are effective means of limiting competition in an industry. Large companies can afford the cost of complying with government regulations, costs which cripple their smaller competitors. Big business can also afford to hire lobbyists to ensure that new laws and regulations favor big business. Examples of regulations that benefit large corporations include the Food and Drug Administration regulations that raise costs of developing new drugs, as well as limit consumers' ability to learn about natural alternatives to pharmaceuticals. Another example is the Dodd-Frank legislation, which has strengthened large financial institutions while harming their weaker competitors. Legislation forcing consumers to pay out-of-state sales taxes on their online purchases is a classic case of businesses seeking to use government to harm less politically powerful competitors. This legislation is being pushed by large brick-and-mortar stores and internet retailers who are seeking a government-granted advantage over smaller competitors. Many failed mergers and acquisitions result from the distorted signals sent to businesses and investors by the Federal Reserve's inflationary monetary policy. Perhaps the most famous example of this is the AOL-Time Warner fiasco, which was a direct result of the Fed-created.com bubble. Thanks for calling this update. A new update is placed on this number, 888-322-1414, every Sunday. The written text can be found on my Ron Paul Institute website at www.ronpaulinstitute.org and on my Facebook page. Thanks for calling.